Hey, what's up? This is Hunter Nelson with Tortoise and Hare Software, and today we're going to be talking about understanding deterministic and probabilistic targeting in pay-per-click advertising. So the difference really is between these two targeting criteria is deterministic means it can be determined with an exact match, like 100% confidence, whereas probabilistic means it can probably be determined. So a good example of these is going to be in some of these campaigns I'm about to show you. So let me pop over here to this screen capture. And here's a good example of what is most likely a deterministic targeting criteria. So I have a campaign exclusion here, or a company exclusion here, and a LinkedIn advertising campaign for company of Tortoise and Hare Software. Since we're providing LinkedIn that data on a first-party basis to the platform, they probably know with deterministic accuracy that I'm a member of the Tortoise and Hare Software Company and that this is a deterministic targeting criteria. In the same vein here, I've also got some company industry exclusions for nonprofit organization management, museums and institutions, and marketing and advertising. So, people are providing a company profile industry, but this is most likely a probabilistic match. And I'll actually go to a better example of a probabilistic match. So I've got another campaign over here for another company and targeting job functions of information technology and operations. When you provide a job title in your LinkedIn profile, you're not necessarily telling LinkedIn what your specific job function is. But based off historical data, campaign data that they may have, they can tell that your job title might relate to a job function that is grouped into that area of an information technology job, an information or an operations type position, based off your company, keywords in your profile, and a number of other factors. And what that will roll up to is like a percentage confidence in matching for a specific targeting criteria. So if your targeting criteria is that you want to target somebody who's information technology, you might have or LinkedIn might be able to provide a 60% confidence that you're in the information technology job function, and then use that information to combine with a bid adjustment that will allow them to basically work within that kind of automated bidding system to place the appropriate bid based on the confidence in your targeting criteria on a probabilistic basis, combined with your likelihood of conversion with other factors, such as the time of day of your click, if you have an in-market kind of like signal that you've provided, also most likely on a probabilistic basis, and that will kind of like feed the AI and help them determine a bid. One thing to be aware of, since most of these platforms are kind of moving a lot more probabilistic due to data privacy regulations over the past couple years, most of these platforms are really moving towards probabilistic targeting for both these targeting criteria, whether you're a member of a remarketing audience or whether you're the same person on a desktop versus a mobile device, because those are kind of obfuscated. But if somebody's, for instance, has just clicked from the same IP address and then now they're on a different device at the same IP address, the platform knows that's most likely a residential IP address. They might put a 60% probability that you are the same person browsing, and use that information to calculate your bid in those pay-per-click auctions. So one thing to be aware of is just that the general accuracy of targeting criteria is going down because it's moving more probabilistic, and the demand for pay-per-click advertising has not really adjusted yet. So bids are going to continue to remain elevated as if these targeting criteria were still deterministic until an equilibrium is met, but the targeting criteria is definitely moving in a more probabilistic direction. With that said, it's definitely more important than ever, to get not only your targeting criteria down, but put in exclusions to help train your targeting criteria. For instance, you'll notice here on my screen capture here that I've excluded the marketing and advertising company industries. And I'll call attention real quick to a company here called Funnel IQ. So Funnel IQ is a SaaS company. So this is actually a company that's in my target market, but it's a SaaS company that builds an operating system for go-to-market teams, and is really a sales and marketing company as much as it is a marketing or a SaaS company. So, you have to be aware that, based off probabilistic membership, LinkedIn may assign multiple categories. These other advertising platforms may assign multiple categories to your particular situation. So if I was targeting SaaS companies and I exclude marketing advertising companies, there's a good chance that this company would get excluded because it's a member of multiple company industries that have been assigned to it. So it's more important than ever to get your exclusions set up to make sure that you're narrowing in your targeting criteria and helping compensate for this increase in probabilistic targeting by knowing who your customer is not as much as you are knowing who they are from a targeting standpoint. So anyways, this video we covered probabilistic versus deterministic targeting, and gave you a couple of examples on how that's impacting the pay-per-click advertising landscape, and covered the importance on how important it is to start making sure you identify who your customer is not, as well as who your customer is when creating your targeting criteria. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, definitely subscribe down below, because we're going to be making all sorts of new YouTube video content. If you have any questions, thoughts, anything you'd like to add, definitely drop a comment below, and we're always monitoring the comment feed, so we'll get back to you or join in the conversation quickly. Again, I'm Hunter Nelson with Tortoise & Hare Software, and thanks for watching.